No, hear what I'm trying to tell you. You're trying to do stuff that other people are doing. Find out what moves you and do that. Because if it moves you, I guarantee you it's going to move the people you're trying to attract. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Some of y'all doing stuff that don't move you. Honestly, how many of y'all got jobs that when you walk in on Monday morning, it does not move you? Let me see your hand. Just being real. You're not moved by it. Why are you doing it? Somebody told you had to do it to get a check. But the reality is when you do what you are authentically created to do, you make more money and your influence is different when you are authentic to yourself. When you start switching the game up and adapting to be what other people want you to be. I don't think there's nothing wrong with a shirt and a tie. It just ain't for ET. The way I move, the way I feel, the way I do what I do, that tie hold me down. Them dress shoes, I be in the street, I be on the airport like, bro, how are you even walking in them shoes? I know them gotta hurt. It's wood bottoms right there. It's like a pointy toe. I know your toes is being scrunched up in them jokers. You gotta sit on the plane with a suit on, 3-4 piece suit. I know you. I'm in them jokers with my slides on in first class. My wife like, at least put on some socks. I was like, all right, cool. I got a manicure, I'm good. Pedicure, I'm straight. Are you hearing what I'm saying? When you are authentically you, write down what percent are you 100% authentically you, 80%, 70%, write that down. What percent are you? Good, let me look at this because y'all got in here so late. I'm super behind. We're going to be at lunch when I finish. All right, I'm going to give myself 10 minutes and we out. All right, let's go to the next one. Observe what interests you and what moves you. Once you identify it, become obsessed with honing it. Spend all your time, don't spend your time making money. Spend time honing that craft. That's what I want you to do. I want you to retake the test, not meaning take the test over, but meaning I want you to go back to the test and keep looking at the test. I keep seeing some stuff in the test I never saw before. Me and my wife would get into it because I'm a high I and I like to share my opinions. My wife is a high D. She likes to share fact. So we used to get into it because I used to share my opinion. I don't share my opinion no more. Let's ask. No, for real, I stopped sharing my opinion and we'll never get into it no more. I realized we only get into it when I share with her and she didn't ask for it. No, the last time we got into it, I made a statement and my wife was like, what are you doing? And we got into it about my son and the wedding. My wife said, let's go back over this again. I never asked you for your opinion. I told you what I was going to write the check for. Why did you tell me how you felt about what I was going to write? I just want you to know so when the check was gone, like the money was going out their bank account, you would know why the money was going out their bank account. Like, I don't want your opinion. You know why I don't want your opinion? Because it ain't our wedding. And it ain't your son's wedding. It's his fiance's wedding. This is her big day. And it has to go the way she wants it to go. It has nothing to do with you. Do you have the money? I was like, yeah, you know I got the money. Then what are you tripping about? Why are you giving your opinion about somebody else's wedding? And I was like, you know what, God, she's absolutely right. She's right. So I just started praying 3 times a day. God, please don't let me give my opinion when nobody don't ask for my opinion. No, for real, I had to pray 3 times a day because the test says that I have a preference for doing what? Giving my opinion. But you shouldn't give your opinion when what? When nobody asks you for it. You're bound to get into it with somebody if you give them your opinion, they ask for you. The word says don't throw your pearls at swine. Meaning what? Don't give your opinion if nobody asks for it. So I ain't having no problems with my wife no more. My son, nobody. Why? Because I ain't giving my opinion. And then when they ask me for it, I go, you sure you want me to give it? Because when I give it, I'm about to give it. And he was like, you know what, Dad? Don't worry about it. All right, good. Get a honing routine. The problem with some of you, you start working on your craft, and then you work for it on 30 days, and on the 31st day, you stop. And then you come back to it 40 days later, and then you stop and do it 10 days, and you come back. I need you to do me a huge favor. I need you to get a honing routine. C, practice that routine daily. F, D, refine that routine. All right? Mastering or mastery, as CJ says it, is about your routine. You master something when you do it so many hours and you do it effectively for so many hours. All right? You want to become a master. We're just showing you how we did it. We never went away from videos. We never went to anything else. We stay on videos. And as we continue to do videos, we get better at videos because we're learning more about videos. All right? Good. Study like crazy. Whatever your craft. So I went and started studying the disc, the values, and listen to me, and the attributes. 1928. I think William Marston. Like this dude did the lie detector test. He's responsible for the character Wonder Woman. Remember, she had the lasso and she would make you tell the truth. This stuff came out in 1928. I'm studying. I'm not number one because I made it to number one. I'm number one because I have an insatiable desire to get better, to learn, to improve, to stay on top of my game. You cannot get to a level and quit. You got to keep studying. Find a routine, study. Make the adjustments, study. Put in the time, study. Hone your craft, honor your craft, and then boom, you're going to wake up one day a master. Test the gift in the lab. Test the gift. Why were you doing schools free in New Orleans? I'm testing the gift in the laboratory. I give it away free. Why? Because there are no real measurements, or you're not going to trip on me if I came to your school for free. But if I charge you 50 grand and I come in and messed up, you are going to be highly upset. So I do free. Why? Because free gives me an opportunity to take each theory that I have and practice in the schools. And after I do it 5, 10, 15 times, then when I do it for 50 grand, I have mastered it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So you see me in schools and you're not doing schools for free. You cannot change my recipe. You cannot make it what you want to make it. If you say you admire me and you look up to me and you want to do what I do, you have to follow the blueprint as we give it to you. You cannot do it like you want to do it. C's most important one, self-assess. Last one. I don't know who's coming up. Last one. Narrow it down to one lane. How many lanes? How many lanes? Own that lane. Do what? So this one is own your lane. All right? Write down your lane. Okay? You can write down your lanes if you want. You got multiple lanes, but give me the lane that is your primary lane, and then write down that is the lane for the next year that I'm going to concentrate on. All right? We're going to stay in that lane. We're going to own that lane. Now, if you're in a community with other people, like a CJ or a Carl, I let them own the lane that they're highest in. So if there's a lane that you're fairly good in, but you don't dominate in that lane, you leave that lane to somebody else. All right? I've got an NBA player that I'm doing this test with who's having some off-the-court challenges. I'm working with this young man to help him get to the next level. I had a C this morning that I pulled to the side, and I explained to her what I needed to do. He's a high C. I don't speak his language. And she's going to write a document for me in a high C language, and I'm going to give him that document. Why? Because I'm not going to try to do something that I cannot do just because I can. Write that down. Write that down. This is my last one. You got to catch this one. Do not do what you can do because you can do it. Only do what you are gifted to do. I'll say that one more time. I'm the CEO of the company. I do not fool with my superpower. Like, that's a book. That's not my lane. After I write the book, I do not stick my nose in the book, the ETA publishing note. I don't stick my book. They asked me to bring some shirts. I brought the shirts. I do not stick my nose in shirt. I do not work in the fulfillment center. I stay in my lane. I'm going to say this because you can understand it. Well, listen to me. Stop putting your nose in stuff because you can. Only put your nose in stuff that you know if you touch it, you're the best person to touch it. Am I clear? I'm going to say that again. I'm about to get off. Am I clear? Just because you're the CEO, just because you're the president, just because you're the mama, just because you're the daddy, just because you're the pastor, just because you're sweet on the team, it does not give you the right to stick your nose in areas where it's not your superpower. If I have a villain that's flying, I'm not bringing Batman to the fight because he don't fly. I'm bringing Superman because some kind of way he can stop in midair and throw them blows. Batman need a I'm like, bruh, you're doing the most, bruh. That's not really flying. You can't be doing that. I'm not playing. You think I'm playing. There are those of you in this room, because you have authority, you are overusing your authority. And you sticking your nose in places that you have no business sticking your nose. You stick your nose into game changers. Game changers. I'm the number one motivational speaker in the world. Game changers. Am I there telling y'all how to get to the next level in terms of your speaking? No. Who's doing it? CJ. Why? Because that's what CJ took me from a 3 to a 10. That's his. I'm the number one motivator. I could be like, see, what move? I'm the speaker, bro. I'm the one on YouTube. You let me tell him what to do to get here. That's not my business. That's not my lane. My lane is speaking, not training people on how to speak. Just because I'm sweet at it don't mean I know how to train you on it. Just because I know how to do it don't mean I can tell you how to do it. So we leave the man who's responsible. Raise your hand. You like, yo, E, for real. That's for me right there. I do stick my nose and stuff. I ain't got no business sticking my nose in. Let me see your hand. Just be real. You know who you are. Good. Write that down right now. I just gave you $1 million. Get your note. And you know what the problem is? Self-esteem. You know what the problem is? Self-esteem. You got to put your nose in it because you want to be able to say you touched it and had something to do with it. If you're not sweet at it, get your butt out the way. Why? Because if I get my butt in CJ way, I'm going to taint. I'm going to add water to some sweet juice. Get your butt out of there. Only let the people who are gifted at it do what they do. Get out of the way. And that's what I learned from Nick Saban. Nick Saban got the right people in the right seats doing exactly what they're supposed to do, and everybody else, get your butt out the way. And Coach Lotz just left Alabama, y'all. He was with Alabama for a few years, working right next to Nick Saban. Picked up that playbook, picked up that culture. He with Maryland now. Why? Because he was with Nick Saban, and he saw what Nick Saban was doing, and he came to Maryland, and he's doing the exact same thing. You do exactly what CJ tell you. Boom, thank God it's Monday. You do exactly what CJ tell you. Boom, Toby, get twisted Sundays. So as I walk away from you, this is a blueprint that works. Follow the steps. Do not do what you want to do when you want to do it. That's what got your butt to where you are right now. As I leave you, that's what got your butt there right now. Doing what you're doing right now. Stop doing what you're doing. It's not working. Quit. Abandon ship. Stop. Stop. Just because it's you don't make it right because it's you. Stop. 3 o'clock in the morning. Stop. CJ, stop. Carl with the bill. Stop. Do what we tell you to do exactly like we tell you to do it. And if it don't work, I'm going to give you your money back. But do me a favor. Don't add your stuff to our stuff. Don't add your stuff to our stuff. Do as we tell you to do, not because we hate you. Do what we tell you to do because we love you. And CJ made sure it worked first before he brought it to the world. Y'all ready to make your next move your best move? Come on, y'all ready to make your next move your best move? Come on, y'all ready to make your next move your best move? I can't hear you. Are you ready to make your next move your best move? Are you ready to make the rest of your life the best of your life? Then let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Give yourself some energy. Encourage yourself. Let's go.